everyone, and welcome to Ready to Race, where we run and talk everything racing. I'm your host, Martise, your Run Faster coach, and today I have the privilege of running with Guts Like a Girl blogger, Sam Wilson. Sam is an amazing ultra runner, and she's going to tell us how she's getting ready for the Ultra Ragnar race in Lake Tahoe. So let's get started. All right, Sam, so you have this awesome blog called Guts Like a Girl. Can you tell us what inspired you to do that? Because it's a really amazing blog. Tell us where we can find it and then what inspired you to start it.
So you can find it at gutslikeagirl.com. And I started it maybe a year and a half ago. I was climbing Mount Whitney with a couple of my girlfriends, and we were just kind of exploring cool blogs, and I wanted to start one for a while, so it just kind of happened on the mountain out there. So
right, but it's really inspiring because what's the reasoning behind the name?
So basically the blog is about women empowerment and athletics. So it's really all about women feeling confident, feeling that they're great in their own right, that they don't have to be measured next to their male counterparts.
Right.
So it's really just about women doing really cool athletics.
So you're getting ready to run Ragnar Lake Tahoe. Have you ever run this race before?
I haven't, no. So I'm really excited. My girlfriend Shannon and I are running about 46 miles of the race together. So it's awesome because it's in the Sierra Nevadas, which are probably my most favorite mountain range.
Okay, so she loves gnarly hills.
Sometimes.
I know, there's just driving like an SUV up there. The SUV doesn't like to go up those hills, but Sam does. So tell us about that though, for those of us who aren't familiar with Ragnar. Like, you're gonna run 46 miles, but not all at once, right?
So Ragnar is a relay race. So they have road and trail, and you have a team. On the road race, it's teams of 12 or 6 for the ultra, and then for the trails 8 or 4.
And yours is gonna be?
Ours is 7. So Shannon and I are running 46 because we want to get the extra miles, and we think ours are gonna be constant, actually.
Okay, so yours gonna be constant?
Yeah. The way the legs worked out.
Wow.
We're running all of our legs together, and then we're running runner 7. And we're 5, 6, and 7. So.
Wow. So about how long does it take to run 46 miles in the mountains?
It definitely depends on exactly. I mean, elevation's a huge factor.
Do you have like a goal in mind?
Not really.
Okay.
Not because it's a team race, so not really. I mean, it could take us anywhere from 8 to 10 hours or more. Who knows?
Are you going to be running at night or?
Yeah, we'll be running some at night. Yeah.
How is that? What is that like to run in the mountains, in the woods?
It's really amazing. I love it. My best friend Sarah and I did we did the John Muir Trail, so we were hiking all the time at night. It's a really cathartic experience. Night running can also be very miserable, depending on how tired you are. So it can go either way. But normally when you're with a good friend, it's pretty amazing.
Okay, cool. So tell us what you're doing to prepare for this kind of race, because for some of us, we don't understand why you would run 46 miles all at once in the mountains in Lake Tahoe. So can you tell us why you enjoy doing ultra racing, trail racing in particular?
You know, I think there's something really amazing about the struggle, doing something that you think is really hard and that you want to quit after the first 30 minutes. And then 30 hours later, you're still going. How
has that enhanced your life in general? Like,
I mean, it prepares you for everything in life. You know, things that you used to think were hard, or struggles you used to have. Everything just seems so small when you're out there. It's almost like, you know, a month-long meditation trip that you get packed in to a really small amount of time.
Oh wow, that's a great way to look at it.
Yeah, it's really amazing, especially when you do the 100 milers because they're just all night and all day. So
she said 100 milers. Yeah, okay. So I do those all the time. So, but especially when you do the 100 milers, like, do you start seeing things, you know?
I mean, there was a couple times. There was one in particular, it was so hot, and it was actually in Santa Barbara, and it was really hilly. And it was on trails, and I was running with my girlfriend Maggie, and it was the next day. So we had been running for 16 hours or something already.
Okay.
Or maybe more, I can't remember. But we're about 50 or 60 miles in, and then all of a sudden I was like, Maggie, where are we? And she's like, what is wrong with you? And I'm like, are we in Arizona? She's like, Sarah, you need some water. But it was literally for a good 15 seconds I could not think about where I was. But normally that doesn't happen as much.
Wait, so how do you recover from something like that when you actually start losing your mind? What do you suggest to people when that happens to them?
Like in the moment, or
yes, in the moment.
Well, you could probably take a second, a break, because you're just moving. You're not really stopping much during those races.
Sure.
I definitely needed some water. I was dehydrated.
Yeah, because not a lot of times that could be a symptom of your body's lacking something.
Right. Yeah. Nutrition. It was. I mean, it was so hot out there. It was probably 90 degrees or over, and it was. Yeah, it was miserable.
So how do you train for something like this? Like, what is your normal training routine, and who do you train with?
It really depends. So sometimes you kind of just stay in shape all the time. I do a lot of cross training.
She's in great shape, as you can see.
Not that great. I've been kind of falling off the horse here lately. But I do a lot of cross training. I climb, do a lot of hiking. Hiking is something that I think is great for ultra runners.
Okay.
Because a lot of times when you're on the hills, you're not necessarily running up, and I can hike faster than I can run up a hill. So I try to just like really maintain that, make sure I'm good with hills, just all around good condition.
Right.
It's not all about running. So
that's a good point, because some people are like, oh my gosh, how does she like keep running for 46 miles? But there's definitely a lot of walking on the uphills.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you have different systems. You know, some people run for 20 minutes and then they do like a brisk walk for 5.
Right.
So it just kind of depends.
So in general, though, is your goal just to finish these races?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then how do you feel after you finish? Like,
amazing. Like you want a bottle of wine and go to bed, but you feel really, it's indescribable. Yeah.
So like, why are you doing this race in particular? Because you've never done it before. What made you want to do this race?
Well, this one I'm doing, one of my girlfriends is turning 30. So it's for her birthday.
Okay.
I kind of said I wasn't going to do any more.
That's like an awesome birthday party for some.
Yeah, exactly. So, but it was a trail race in the Sierra Nevada, so I was like, oh, this is going to be awesome. So that's why I kind of decided to do it. And then we lost a runner. My girlfriend Shannon signed up, and we were like, well, we can get more miles in. So, so now we're really excited about it.
Yeah, it's funny how trail runners always see the silver lining in losing runners and having to run more miles. So that's awesome. I mean, so I want to thank you for sharing with us your words of wisdom that you're going to give us for anybody who's thinking about doing a trail run or doing a Ragnar trail race. What would be your advice in terms of how to race, how to prepare for it, or, you know, from a mental standpoint, how do you get through it?
Well, I would think, you know, just in terms of like gear, you have to really prepare, especially if you're on trail. Good shoes, that's something that I have struggled with all of my races. Your feet swell a lot, you're hitting rocks.
Right.
So you have to make sure that you have the right gear on your feet. Mentally, I feel like trail running is so awesome because you're out in such a beautiful environment that you almost, it's just like, it's an exciting time.
Right.
And then don't worry about the time.
Right.
You know, it doesn't matter what time you finish in or what your speed is. Really, you get out there and you do it, and you're better for it.
Right. And I think that's why people say ultras are actually, for those of you who don't know an ultra, it's anything longer than a marathon. And sometimes they say that ultras are actually easier than marathons because you're not really worried about the time.
Right.
And it's a lot slower pace. It's more about enjoying the experience.
Right.
Than anything else is less competitive.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, so, well, thank you so much. I mean, first of all, I totally encourage you guys to check out our blog at gutslikeagirl.com. And if you have any questions about how you can prepare for your next race, please contact me at ReadyToRace.run. And I want to thank you so much, Sam, and wish you good luck in your race, your whole team. You guys bring home, do you get medals or?
We actually, one of my teams, we actually took second place in the ultra.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Yeah, they give you batons. It's awesome, yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, well, bring home the gold then.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, well, until next time, everybody, keep running.
Bye.